I don't promote this enough. We have a great book, and it was published I guess it was published a few years ago. It was a New York Times bestseller. We have 2 books out that are New York Times bestsellers. But this is the most recent one. It's called Clean House. And if you haven't picked it up, you should. Why? Because between this and the first book we published, which is what is the first book that we covered? What's it called? The Corruption Chronicles. You would think I would know my New York Times bestseller title, but forgive me, there's a lot going on. It's called The Corruption Chronicles. That was the first book published in 2012. This is the follow-on called Clean House, Exposing Our Government Secrets and Lies. So the Corruption Chronicles is the material you want to know about the Clinton crimes from the Clinton administration, the corruption of the Bush administration, and the first part of the Obama administration. Great material in there. Then Clean House follows up. It talks about Benghazi. It talks about the Clinton email scandal. So it's a great background. Between those 2 books, those are your guidebooks to government corruption. And Judge Napolitano, he wrote for praise for Clean House. He wrote, "When the history of these times is written, a few heroes will emerge. One of them will be Tom Fitton," he graciously said. Tom and his team at Judicial Watch have spent years fearlessly exposing the government, which resists their efforts, kicking and screaming. Tom Fitton is living proof that we can only remain free when we know what the government is doing. Clean House is the story of this historic fight for government transparency. Read it with a warning. It will keep you up at night. And our friend Peter Schweitzer, who's author of Clinton Cash, and Peter loves Judicial Watch's work. He relies on some of it to expose the Clinton corruption he did in that book. No one is more effective and fearless in fighting corruption in Washington, D.C. than Tom Fitton and Judicial Watch. If you care about the future of our country and want to make a difference, read Clean House. It's time to put both Democrats and Republicans on notice. So we're doing all the work for Republicans and Democrats who are supposed to be doing the work in overseeing government corruption in a nonpartisan, effective way. It isn't being done. This government's out of control, and without Judicial Watch, it would be even further out of control.